guitar friends, welcome to another guitar hang. My name's Brent Groh. I play guitar in a band called No Regard. This week there's no guitar in my hands. That's okay. Starting to get colder out in Minnesota, and I've been doing these from my garage. So I figured 30 degrees isn't really suitable for a guitar. So I'll start, implementing some video from band practices and trying to record stuff around the house. Keep the guitars inside where it's warm, and still kind of come out here and maybe chat for a few minutes. So big things that happened for me this week in guitar playing. I had kind of gone through the whole situation of I was using the Ventera 50s Telecaster that I have, and I went to go raise the strings up on that guitar, and when I did that, I didn't realize how sensitive the Telecaster pickups are to string height, and it immediately made those pickups quite a bit weaker sounding. So then I raised those pickups a little bit, and that guitar really came to life, and I was very excited about that. And then I looked over at my Jason Isbell Telecaster, which I felt like those pickups were weak, and I never considered the actual pickup height compared to the strings, and I knew that those strings were a bit higher than the action on the Ventera one. So then I went and raised those up. So I went through that. And I'll play a few clips from band practice, and that guitar really came to life. I'll see if I don't know if I recorded Black Lung at the last band practice, but that's really the hardest song for me. I kind of need the most gain for that song. It's kind of almost metal sounding, so it requires a bit more gain. So band practice went really well with that guitar, and then so I'm still kind of on the I would like both of those guitars to be pretty well intonated, and so that they can stay in tune, and I can play up high and play down low, and everything kind of stay in tune. So I did buy I'm gonna forget the name. It's not Wilkinson. It's the same one that I put on my Callahan. Yeah, a Callahan. I put a Callahan vibrato block on my Strat, and so then I bought Callahan saddles, compensated brass saddles, to help intonate the Telecaster a little bit better. So I did, my original plan was to put those on my Ventera 50s guitar, but now that I got the Jason Isbell pickups sounding really good and where I like them, I did put those saddles on the Jason Isbell Telecaster, and I did a little bit of intonating on my own. So I think next week's video, I'm gonna have practice again on Sunday. And then next week's video, I'm going to try to put side by side of this week's practice without the compensated saddles. And then next week, I will have the compensated saddles at band practice, and hopefully kind of A and B. And I'm hoping I can tell a difference in band practice. I feel like I can tell a little bit as I'm playing it, but it might not be super obvious. So it'll be interesting. I think I'll be able to hear it a little bit better in the mix of the band, and when Corbin and I are playing different parts on different points of the neck to see kind of how it sounds, and hopefully it feels a little bit better. Yeah, so that's about all the guitar stuff I have for now. I used the Univibe, the JHS Univibe, and I was kind of A and Bing it with my Chase Bliss Warped vinyl, which is a chorus pedal. kind of thinking that I could interchange a Univibe and a Course pedal. And that was not entirely true. There were some parts in some songs where the and maybe I do need to look at adjusting the Univibe a little bit, and maybe I'll try that at next band practice of turning the mix down on the Univibe. But I had, the mix basically on 50-50 for the Univibe. I feel like with Univibe, you want it a little bit more soupy. You want it, you kind of want a lot of that Univibe thing happening. So that's the way I do have it set up, where my Course is probably a little bit more subtle. So they're kind of doing two different things, and it didn't really work to just interchange them. There were definitely some songs where I had to keep it. I had to flip back to the Course pedal because the Univibe was a little too seasick, a little too intense. But other than that, yeah, band practice went pretty good. It was just the band this week. It was my birthday on October 13th, this past Sunday. So we grilled up some chicken. We hung out. And yeah, how was that? So yeah, I think that sums up my week in guitar. I don't think I've tinkered with or tried out any other new things. As far as music goes, there's 2 albums that kind of came out in the past week that I've really been digging. Myles Kennedy of Slash and the Conspirators, and of Alter Bridge, and of his solo project, and a long time ago, the Mayfield 4, which through kind of all these interviews, I've been learning that the drummer that he played with in the Mayfield 4 is his drummer for his solo stuff. So that's really cool. But Myles came out with a new album, and I've really been digging that. He is very much lyrically kind of these are the types of lyricists and stuff that I'm really into, and that it's really what draws me into music lately is kind of the stoic philosopher, very positive mindset, looking at the world from a different perspective, and just really kind of working on yourself from within and being a better person, and then that in turn making you see the world in a better way is just something that really draws me in. And that's kind of what I hear in like the Casey Musgraves Deeper Well album. I really love like a lot of the Jason Isbell stuff. It's like music that I can learn more about myself in. It's kind of how I think about it. And so the Myles Kennedy record is like that. And then one band that, they just put out this EP, a band called 10 Years. And they're, for their first couple albums, I was obsessed. The Autumn Effect and then Division, those 2 albums, and then like Into Feeding the Wolves, and there's one more after that. I don't think I can name it. But those first 2 I was super into, even into that third, and then their fourth one, like I was familiar with them, but I don't think I really obsessed over them like I did the first 2. And then for a while there, I would like kind of go back through albums, and they would have great stuff. And I've just really learned, like, I think his vocal style and what he sings about again, just very his worldly view and kind of the way he sees things, that it really draws me in. And the lyrics kind of hook me in first, and then the music is good on top of it. But yeah, that 10 Years, the new EP is great. There's some really cool songs on there and cool guitar tones. They're definitely maybe a little bit more on like the digital side of guitar playing. It's not my thing, but I still respect it, and it sounds cool. That Myles Kennedy record is definitely, I guess, not 100% where I'm at guitar playing wise, but like he definitely kind of has an old school sound. He uses some fuzz. There's like definitely like some Ted Nugent, Dire Straits kind of just rockin' riffs on there. He does some finger style stuff that is really like plinky and just sounds maybe Led Zeppelin-y at times. Yeah, so that Myles Kennedy record is really cool. So that's the music I've been listening to past couple of weeks. I'm also listening to the story Wicked on Audible. I really like to listen to books and stuff, and I would like to at some point get to a point of like maybe writing some of my own songs, just acoustic jams or whatever. And so right now I'm in a point of life where I'm like really consuming a lot of fiction. I always get fiction and nonfiction. Like fiction is made up, nonfiction is real. A lot of fiction stories. And I'm excited about Ariana Grande being in the new Wicked movie. So I wanted to listen to the story on Audible. I bought the book as well to physically read a bit of it, and then some of it I'm listening to in Audible. So yeah, that's about all I've got going on this week musically. I think that's going to do it. I'm going to place some guitar before and after this, and I hope you have a great week. Like this video if you want to keep up to date with me and what's going on in my world. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, turn on the bell so you get notified when new videos go up every Tuesday night. I'm trying to do these. Other than that, have a great week, and I'll catch you later. Hey.